Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a Barbie inspired makeup tutorial just because Barbie is everywhere now and I wanted to jump on the trend. Meet my beautiful model, Moyo. Her skin is gorgeous. The color is giving life. Anyway, after cleansing her skin, I went into my Mario Badescu rose water to spray her face. Is that a rose water or facial toner? Anyway, then I went into the moisturizer. If you know me, you know that I don't play with moisturizing the skin. Like, I bank on hydration a lot. Afterwards, usually I even like to go in with like two different products to moisturize the skin. Then I went in with a primer to just mattify the areas of her face that would normally get oily. I didn't want to use a lot of primer because this was a shoot. She wasn't going anywhere and I didn't want to waste my products. So I just added that on areas that will normally get oily because her skin is really oily. Then I went in with these two shades of Lancome foundation. Actually, the first shade was a perfect shade, but I wanted her face and her neck to look more closer. Like I wanted the color to look more closer. You can see that it looks very different. Her neck is warmer than her face, and I wanted to create that balance. And if you look at this video, you can see that it looks closer. It's not, you can't see that contrast again. It's not looking so different. And you only need a little bit of foundation, guys. Like, I realized that when I use just a little bit of foundation, I don't get creases under the eyes. I don't get creases anywhere else. For a concealer to conceal and highlight the eye points of her face, I went in with two shades of Newborn Beauty concealer. I used the lighter one in the inner corner and the darker shade on the outer corner of under eyes, just on the outer area of her under eyes. And usually I blend the forehead and chin first, going with an exact powder shade to set the foundation. That's just because I'm waiting for underneath the eyes to get tacky enough for me to blend, so that I can get all the coverage that I like. So I went on to do this, and you can see that the neck and the face looks more alike now. That was the balance I was looking for. Moving on, I went on to blend out the concealer on the bridge of her nose and underneath her eyes. Note that I blended out the darker one first because I didn't want the lighter one to spread everywhere. That's just something I've been doing for a while and has been helping me. So I light-handedly blended out underneath the eyes to give me the coverage that I wanted, and I was very, very happy with the result. You can see that it blended really smoothly. Always just wait for it to get tacky, you guys. Wait for the concealer to get tacky before you start to blend. I went into the Charlotte Tilbury powder to set underneath the eyes. I used a small brush because I wanted to be precise and I wanted to get into those tiny areas. I also was trying to prevent using a bigger brush because I realized it usually puts some particles of product in my client's eyes when I use like a bigger brush, and that way it gets irritated. Like the eyes get irritated and they start tearing up. So using a small brush helps me control the kind of pressure I put underneath the eyes. It helps me control how much particles get into the eyes. Yeah, that just works. I went into the big powder brush to just blend the whole powder application together, just to soften the edges and just make sure that everything comes together and looks nice. For bronzing and contour, I didn't do a special contour to say because I feel like her face already had that shaped, that kind of really nice shape. So I didn't want to bother with contour. I just went straight into bronzing, and I used my favorite Prodigy by Morphe bronzer to define her face. And for blush, I went really lightly at first because I realized I was always putting blush so much. So I always prefer to just start small, and at the end of the makeup process, I'll just add more. Sadly, I even forgot to add more at the end of this makeup process. But then I'm glad. It is better when it is smaller compared to when it is a lot. So I was really, what's the word? I was really, I just made sure to apply that in very small portions. Moving on to the brows, she had really full brows and I didn't groom them. So I needed to be very careful with working with them so they would look really nice. Like the brow hairs were kind of really, really grown and I couldn't take out a lot. I just lined the bottom and top part of her brows with the ABH brow pomade and I brushed it inwards because I didn't want it to be too dark. And then I concealed with the same concealers I used. I used the one I used in the inner corner underneath the eyes, and I used the one I used on the outer area of underneath the eyes to conceal and clean up the top part of her brow. I absolutely love this brush that I'm using. It's from Younger Beauty. I feel like I need to get another one, but this brush, you guys, is a lifesaver. It's so precise and it is so flat. You can almost like get your straight line in a minute. Then I went on to kind of buff it out and blend the brows. This was my model. She was looking at herself in her phone and then she zoomed in. I finished her brows up and yeah, this is the final result. They were looking really big because I didn't groom them. And I can't complain because I am going to meet clients that don't want to have their brows groomed. I have to work with it. Anyway, I used the L'Oreal Mercier medium deep setting powder to kind of bake. I'm not really a fan of baking, but I needed something to catch the eyeshadow fallout from her eyes whenever I start doing the eyeshadow, and that is why I just do this. I went on to blend out all of the concealer on the eyes and I started prepping the eyes for the eyeshadow look. Like I mentioned earlier, I was going for a Barbie inspired eyeshadow look, so I needed to start with a really colorful base. So to transition, I started with orange. You can see that orange popping out, and in a craze, I wanted to go in with a very, very deep purple shade, which I was able to build up over time. And then this is me applying some eye primer just so the pink shade I'm going to be applying on it pops. And I'm using a really big smudge brush to do this, and I'm making sure to blend out the harsh lines just as I apply the primer. I really love this primer. You can see like an instant result when you use it, and it's really, really easy to blend. I haven't tried the Peel Use one, but I think I'll be trying it soon. So I'll let you guys know which one is better. If the Peel Use one is better, or if the Glam White one is better. Anyway, I went into this same eyeshadow palette I've been using. It's a Zika one. And you guys, just look how beautiful this pink applied. Like, he applied so pigmented, and my model did a zoom in again. And this is just me trying to add a pop of color in our inner corner and also blend out the ash lines from the eyes, blend out and make sure everything is well blended kind of thing. I was so lazy to go around her face, so I raised my hand over her head to blend the other side. My model feeling herself again. So I sprayed my brush, made it a little bit wet, and went underneath the eye to just smudge out. Yeah, you see, you get it. To smudge underneath the eyes and add some color. I swept off the excess, the fallout. Yeah, I prefer to sweep it off immediately so it doesn't settle into the skin. Yeah, this is how my model is looking like now. We went straight into the lips. I was just going to do a regular nude lippy because I didn't want anything to take away from the eyes. I really considered doing a nude lip, and now that I think about it, I think I should have done not like a nude lip. I meant to say a pink lip, like a pink nude lip. Nothing too much, nothing too neutral. I feel like I should have done something with more pink. I don't know if that makes sense, but then I did this look and I placed a lash, and to be honest, I know that a lot of people prefer me using tweezers, but I'm really fast at when I use my hands compared to when I use tweezers because I'm usually very scared with the tweezers. I don't want to poke anybody, but I always go in with the tweezer to like blend the false lashes and the natural ones together to give you more like a natural finish. But it's just really hard for me to, I don't know how to place the lash with the tweezer. I don't know. And I learned it in makeup school, but it's just never been my thing. So I went in with mascara to further blend the lashes together and make it look like it's just one lash. I added some gloss because God forbid that I do a matte nude lip. I mean, if you want it as the client, I will, but I would not advise it. And I added some more nude gloss from the Beauty Line by Didi brand at the center of our lips. And yeah, this is what we have. My mother was feeling herself. Sadly, my camera died and I couldn't record the rest of the process. But this is the finished look, you guys. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if it's giving Barbie. Let me know if you'd like to see more makeup tutorials on my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, especially since today is the 7th and last day of my posting every day for 7 days makeup challenge. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching until now. I'm so grateful for your love. Thank you for sharing and watching. That is what support means to me. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video on Sunday. Yeah, bye.